Hi, everybody. My name is Olivia Luna. I'm a 32-year-old woman living in the big city, and I have never been in love. And so this is my journey to find a happy, healing, long-term relationship. This is Healing Through Love. So when I say that I've never been in love, it's not that I've never loved another individual. I think love is a two-way street, and so I have never been in a relationship where both myself and my partner have been in love with each other at the same time. It's usually that I'm the one who's all in love with the other person, and my partner, unfortunately, just isn't on the same page as me. Sometimes it is that maybe they're a little bit further along, and I'm just not quite there, or I'm just not able to really get there. Or sometimes it's a case where neither of us are really feeling it, and it sort of just fizzles out. So I should state I am a heterosexual cisgendered woman. I use she, her pronouns. I am Black and Latina, and also a military brat. So moved around quite a bit in my life, but have been living where I'm currently at for the past 10 years. And it's been a struggle, to say the least. Again, I've had some really great relationships since living here, but I think it's just been getting harder and harder as the years sort of go on to meet somebody. So recently, I have decided to really invest in understanding my relationship patterns and how they sort of tie back to inner child traumas, experiences from the past that have sort of caused me to have the attachment style that I have, caused me to react to emotions in specific ways, and to continue to, again, attract the same sort of unavailable partners. So in part of doing that work, really wanting to just like invest and go all in, I decided to join a matchmaking service. So for the purposes of this documentation on the podcast in video, I'm not going to say just yet what service it is, just in case I'm not able to use any of this. But I will say that there are many different kind of matchmaking services out there. Before I had even thought about doing it, a friend of mine had actually just sort of out of the blue kind of recommended it. And that very night, a ad sort of popped up on my Instagram, and I was like, oh, well, isn't this a little serendipitous? Clicked on it, kind of looked around, did some sort of investigating, and spoke to a couple different people there about the process, and said, okay, if this is the year where I'm really going to commit and I'm really going to invest and really go for this, let's do it. So I signed up for a 3-month package, and it guarantees me 3 matches. It connects me with a licensed matchmaker along with a licensed dating coach, who's just sort of going to be there for me throughout the process, answer questions, give me advice on my dates. And again, just really helping me to do that work of dating from a trauma-informed mindset. Also dating from an abundance mindset, and really just cultivating those self-affirming kind of tools, that positive self-talk, as I can go into this process, because it's very, very easy for me to just turn like anxious and negative and kind of doom casting whatever is about to happen. And I really just want to be positive and open to the experience, and trust and know that, at the end of the day, both the matchmaker and the dating coach told me that it's less about like finding the one or finding my husband forever. Like that's a lot of pressure. It's more so just understanding like what the process can teach me about myself. Again, further unpacking all of, my isms and all of the things that have kind of hindered me in my dating life. The swiping, the dating apps, which I did for many, many years, and never really had great luck with those services. So I've decided to kind of jump into this sort of full force. The program officially starts this week. I was able to do some headshots the previous weekend, which came out really great. And all of these will go into my dating profile. I want to be able to attract a happy, healing, long-term monogamous relationship. Yeah. I feel like that kind of takes the pressure off of, it has to lead to marriage, or he has to be the one, or whatever. I'm only going to meet 3 people. I don't have any specific kind of preferences. A lot of people are probably lying when they say they don't have any physical preferences, but truly I am the type of person that even if I find you, physically attractive on the outside, if there's not that emotional, mental, spiritual kind of connection, even, it's just not gonna go for me. Like, eventually I'm just gonna get bored with you, or like, I just need that, also that, cognitive kind of stimulation with my partner. So I'm definitely not limiting myself to any physical preferences. I live a very active lifestyle, so I would like somebody who could align with that. I have a dog. Her name is Monkey. So they should be a dog person. And yeah, I think in general, the biggest thing is that I find someone who is in a similar place as I am, in terms of like their healing journey, really wanting to unpack and do the work, and is ready for the kind of relationship that I'm looking for. I tend to attract partners who, maybe aren't ready for a full-term relationship, maybe just got out of something and are using me as a rebound, whatever the case. And I end up being the healer in a lot of those relationships, or the savior, really. And there's a lot of complexities as to why I'm doing that, which I'll probably get into a little in later episodes. But for this particular process, I really just want to be the one healed through a relationship, kind of for the first time. So don't know what that looks like. It kind of feels like I'm looking for a needle in a haystack, and I don't know what a needle looks like. So we'll see how this goes. I've decided to kind of document this for myself, just to get it out in words. So when I started my therapy journey, one of the goals that we had was to really transform my self-talk, and to be able to have the skills and the dialogue, to talk through scenarios, situations, the big emotions that I was experiencing within myself, without necessarily needing to go and call a therapist. I do have great, amazing, wonderful friends who I can lean on for support. I practice Nichiren Buddhism, so I chant Nam-myoho Renge Kyo, and we have a very large network and very big community as well. So I have a lot of different support systems that I can lean on. Doing this, investing in it, through the matchmaking program, documenting it for myself, holding myself accountable on many different levels. I really hope that will invite some kind of shift, when it comes to my romantic relationships. And yeah, I don't know. I'm posting it in the hopes that maybe it could also help whoever is watching or listening to this. Again, I'm not an expert in anything. I'm just sort of using this as a space to talk about my experience and see what I can learn about myself as I go, see what we can learn about each other together. I want this to be a safe space for anybody that's listening, anybody that comes on. And I'm going to do my best to try not to project or, I'm going to do my best to try not to tarnish or embarrass anyone on here. I'm going to be using fake names for any past relationships that I sort of talk about, just out of respect for everybody that I've dated, because I really don't have any bad will to most of the men that I've dated. I truly believe that I've learned so much more about myself through my previous relationships. And honestly, I would not have the life that I have right now. I wouldn't be where I am today if it wasn't for both the time in those relationships and the breakup as well too. This isn't really about fame or follows or anything like that. I truly just am putting this out there to really hold my feet to the fire and put my money where my mouth is and show up, do the work, change, transform, and find love, because I deserve it. And I am worth loving. I am lovable. I am dateable. And I am worth committing to. And that starts with me committing to myself. So that's really what this all is all about. Sorry. So my ultimate goal for this project is to attract a happy, healing, long-term monogamous relationship. And I'm excited to go on that journey with you. So again, thanks for listening. This is Olivia, and this is Healing Through Love.